Hey, welcome back to my channel. I know I look like crap right now and everything, but I just want to let you guys know that I had to leave my job of Jimmy John's for a job that's willing to give me more hours. Um, I'm going to describe my new job because I just started today and I just don't want to get fucked over by that place right now. But the Jimmy John's I worked for was a franchisee, meaning it wasn't actually owned by the person that created Jimmy John's. It was kind of like pretty much bought out by someone else to make their own personal money. It was the company was Savory Sandwich, and they own a bunch in them. They own like a couple in Denver, some are Arvada, Littleton, more of like from like 16th and Stout, which is the 16th Street Mall, and southwards, kind of a little bit east. But they really never went out of like Lakewood and Arvada and stuff, and Centennial and everything. But and the main corporate office is in Centennial, and I was there for approximately maybe like 2.5 months, and I had to leave. And the general manager goes by the name of Max. And while he was cutting my hours and everything, he started giving me Saturdays off because I had requested on October 5th that day off for my birthday because I was turning 21 and I just wanted to enjoy it. Well, he started giving me Saturdays off, and I was like, hey, I ended up asking him, like, why was he cutting my hours? He's like, oh, it's because your school schedule. Well, my school schedule was where I had Tuesday, Thursday classes. I was completely open available, and he was all pissed. Like, he knew I could work 30 hours, and that the assistant manager by the name of Ventus promised me 30 hours, but he never brought it up to him. And I was getting literally screwed. He started slowly cutting my hours to 20 hours and everything, 20 to 18, and I had to fight for back to 20 to 22 hours, and he still kept cutting my hours to about 20 hours or less, and I could barely, and I was getting paid every week, so my paychecks were maybe like around 180 or so, and I can't live off of that because right now my roommate, who's my mom, was also working there, and he didn't give her hours for about a month straight, and he was making bullshit excuses on my hours and everything. He was slowly cutting me to where I would have been having the same hours as Golden Corral. So I was like, dude, I need to leave this place soon. It's very toxic, very unhealthy. Like, there were some people that I liked working with that I genuinely liked, but it was just more of becoming a toll on me and my education, and I was constantly getting stressed out and everything. And so when I got my new job, I was like, I asked my mom, who was also working there, I'm like, hey, can you cover at least 3 of my 4 shifts? Because there was a way that I knew she couldn't cover because she would be doing something in her personal life, which I understood what was happening. And I had calculated those hours from November 6th to November 12th, and it would have been 17 hours. I'm like, dude, I can't even live off that hours. It's more of like if I was in high school, if I had a second job or whatever, that would have made complete sense. And it really honestly irritated me. And this new job I got gives me like 30 hours guaranteed or more. And well, he got upset and everything, and he was like giving bullshit excuses. And then my mother was there when she was turning my uniform in for me, and she was able to talk to the owner about it. And the owner got really honestly upset for what Ventus was doing, which was harassing me and bullying me and another individual whose name I'm not going to state, who was a really nice person. I honestly, both her and I, even though we did see eye to eye and a lot of shit, but we kept it civil, did our jobs and stuff. And well, she's upset that I had to quit, but she understood at the same time. And well, the owner was there. My mother was able to tell him like, hey, he is bullying her because like how I apparently cut the tomatoes and put it in. It made more sense and it made it easier to grab them because in shopper that was the same as me. Made a comment saying the assistant manager of Ventus had made a comment saying I was an idiot, which I'm not. Even though I'm a natural blonde, I'm not stupid. I'm in college, like, okay, I'm a human. I'm a human being. I'm gonna make fucking mistakes, but correct me in a more positive way than in a negative way, because in the end, I'm gonna interpret a lot of things in different ways. Because he kept honestly bullying me. He's like, oh, I'm being hard, oh this, oh that. And it's like, no, you're fucking not. You are bullying me. You're making me feel like crap. You're making me feel suicidal. And, on September 29th, this was like 6 days before, it was 6 days before my birthday, before I turned 21. And, I was working that day, and this other assistant manager, before he got transferred to another store, I was working that day. I was helping with the opening. I had to be there at 9 a.m. A delivery driver wasn't coming in until 10, and then another in-dropper, who I'll go into detail a little bit later, wasn't coming in until 11. The other assistant manager, who was doing the closing shift and who got transferred out, was scheduled to come in at 11, and then I know for a fact two delivery drivers coming in around noon, and so I was the only person inside the shop besides a delivery driver covering for someone else that came in at 10. He was he helped make one delivery sandwich order, but then we started having some people come in for in-shop, like 2 people, so I ended up doing their orders. Plus I had other 3 orders to do for delivery, and the delivery driver was setting up for those, so the bags and the napkins and anything else like chips, drinks, cookies, anything else like that. And while I was doing that, the assistant manager that helped Ventus, who had opened, was in the bathroom for I think 30 minutes or so, and I was trying my best. During this time frame, I've been there for about a month and a half, over a month and a half, and I was barely doing line. And a lot of the time I've been online is just doing the meat pulling and stuff, so actually doing the process from beginning to end of cutting the bread in half, trying to think of does this bread, do I take out the bread of the sandwich or not, and what that comes on exactly. And well, he started, pissed off at me about it and started belittling me, and I got fucking done, got off, and I was like, fuck this shit. And I did bring it up to the general manager about a little over a week and a half later about it, and he's like, okay, I'll go talk to him. Nothing was dealt with, and if it was, he was putting out a show when I worked Monday, Wednesday, Friday with him until Sunday, when he continuously kept belittling me, making me feel like crap. And I honestly was crying a lot, and then I brought it up again to this general manager about this issue. I ended up freaking crying. Even honestly talking about it makes me really upset, because nothing was dealt with. It's like the assistant manager's like, oh, I had a shitty life, I'm a child of rape and stuff. It's like, dude, your mother had 3 options with you. She could have aborted you, kept you, and gave you the dirtiest looks every time she saw you, or give you a 3rd option. You should have been grateful she kept you, because she was trying to tell you to, hey, even though you were a mistake due to a situation, can you at least stop being a douchebag? And the way he always acts towards me was always belittlement. He doesn't understand what it's like to be bullied for 10 plus years of your life, over half your life. And honestly, it's so annoying. And then the general manager keeps bullying me too, by the name of Max. And it's the reason why they lose so many good employees like me and my own mother, because they cut our hours so dramatically to where it's they're subtly firing us so they don't get sued. And it's they're asking for it. Along with the fact, one of the in-shop people that I honestly liked working with, he was a sarcastic asshole to me, and I liked it, and I could have been a sarcastic asshole back. He should have said the assistant manager Ventus had called me an idiot, and that's super uncalled for, because I had to bring up all the customers, what they wanted exactly and everything, and the customers appreciated it, because they knew it was their own money that they wanted to spend it their own way. And When I worked yesterday, November 3rd, I had to deal with a coworker by the name of Angelica, who pretty much around October 21st had gotten my phone number somehow. Because for me personally, when I get when I get to go to a job and give my phone number to them, and once I get hired, for me, I only get sent to the people who are in like management positions, shift leads, assistant managers, general managers, those kind of people to have my number just in case they need me to like come in to cover someone's shift or to come in early or like something that happens to where they need to get in contact with me, or if I have to get in contact with them, like if I'm running late at all because I rate the bus system, like so they know like, hey, I am coming in. It's just I might be running late or something, so they know. But like she had got my number and she had called me. They didn't leave me a voicemail or anything, and then texted me pretty much, which I can pull up the actual text itself. Pretty much she was like, hey, it's Angelica. Like, hold on, let me bring it up. Sorry. She's like, hey, it's Angelica. Can you work my 11 to 3 shift tomorrow? And she can't even fucking spell. That's sad. And she's 17, and my tax money is paying for the shit. My dumb self forgot I go back to school tomorrow. I can't make it. And I told her about an hour later, saying I have classes during those times. And she got like all fucking pissy and had a stick up her ass. It's like, dude, you were technically pretty much an adult. You should have communicated this better, not continuously keep jacking your fucking schedule because it could piss me off. Because I'm like, okay, no, Max, the general manager didn't want to give out my phone number. One of the now assistant managers, because assistant manager that got transferred, I know he wouldn't give my phone number out anyway. But the news person who became assistant manager by the name of Carl, who has a lip piercing and isn't being told to take it out, even though I am. I know she wouldn't give out my phone number because she'll be civil with me, and other than that, I know she doesn't like me. The other, one of the PIC individuals, I know he wouldn't give out my phone number because I know he'll deal with me, be civil, correct me if I'm doing anything wrong or whatever. But I know he's very much doesn't like to deal with me or anything. So I know he didn't give out my phone number. And another PIC individual, I know she wouldn't give out my phone number, and I asked her about it. She's like, yeah, I wouldn't give out your phone number without your consent. And then one of the other in-shoppers, I had asked her about it. She's like, no, I didn't give out your phone number. Like, I got the vibe. And I know, and then so when I confronted the assistant manager, Ventus, about it, he pretty much ended up trying to deny it. It was a simple yes or no question. I'm like, hey, did you give Angelica my phone number? And he starts going all off about me giving, like, he's like, once you take this bitch job, blah, 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 you can send it to you. I was give everybody knowing your phone number, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I never did. And then so I was like, for me personally, it was just a simple yes or no question, because the way he answered that question, his body language, his reaction, and everything's like, yeah, I gave out your phone number, so what? What are you going to do about it? And this is what I'm going to do about it. You don't give out fucking people's personal information. That's, for me personally, I don't like that invasion. Because now I have to fucking block her fucking phone number, which I did. Fucking have to move on from that damage you guys caused me to where I have to move on. And because when I confronted her on November 3rd about it, she was like, I woke up from the clock and time machine thing or whatever. It's like, no, I was like, bullshit. Like, that was a fucking bullshit. That is so fucking stupid. That's a fucking lie. Because I know for those things, those are used for, people that call in for deliveries and stuff, which I don't feel comfortable because every time I did that like 3 or 4 times until I was there, I was that person that was fucking out of range. That really honestly fucking annoyed the shit out of me, just because I have to tell them in the nicest way possible that we do not deliver there due to being out of range or whatever. And only because Katie had showed, one of the delivery drivers by the name of Katie had showed me, like, this is what it looks like the only delivery drivers, even the owner vouched that only the delivery drivers' phone numbers show up. And that it was actually Ventus who gave out Angelica my phone number because that Monday night, October 21st, Ventus had left a paper trail, you want to say, of him logging into the computer and then telling Angelica my phone number. And I knew that was a suspicion. And pretty much Theo had backed my gut feeling up because Theo had told the owner, like, yeah, I witnessed this and everything. And that Ventus had threatened him with his hours getting cut and everything. So he kept quiet. And for me personally, Theo's one of the delivery drivers. For me personally, I wish Theo had said something to me because then I would have not said anything to Ventus. I would have known, like, because my mother had told Theo, like, why did you not fucking tell her? And he was like, I just want to lose my hours and stuff. And Max was cutting me to 15 hours a week because he's like, that's the only hours I could spare. It's like, I know he can spare more if he got rid of his assistant manager Ventus. Like, I have nothing against African American individuals because of one of my friends and her mother. Fucking one of the in-shop people by the name of Allison who does not like to dress in proper uniform. She is on a 2-day suspension because of her not being in proper uniform, and the owner straight up threatened her. If she comes in tomorrow, November 5th, today's November 4th, and she couldn't work today. If she came in on November 5th, she would be fired. Ventus is on a 2-week suspension, so he wouldn't be showing up until coming back on November 18th, and it's not paid, and he would be either demoted to PIC, and a PIC is a person in charge. It's pretty much equivalent to a shift lead, or back into in-shop, but he still keeps his fucking job, and I had to fucking leave and because of these individuals, which really honestly upsets me in a lot of ways. And Allison being a fucking bitch and wanting to cause drama all the fucking time, and I try being nice and civil with her at the very least. She gets all bitchy and has a stick up her ass like she hasn't had sex in forever. Angelica, because she does so many no-call, no-shows, like, the week of, I want to say Halloween, she never fucking shut up when it was snowing here in the state of Colorado. She came up with the bullshit. She was like, oh, it's at my grandfather's funeral. We had to plan it 2 weeks. And I had asked her for off 2 weeks in advance, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if it's a fucking funeral, it takes about a week or so planning. And she says, like, I will let Max know about it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, highly doubtful. You just don't want to come in because of the weather. And some of the delivery drivers, because a lot of them don't do shit, like, unless they're fucking told to do it. And it's like, that place is so overstaffed. Like, there was one employee by the name that went excuse me, he was there for about, like, 2 weeks, and he only lasted, like, 5 days, because he's like, I don't know anybody that could cover a shift, or this, or that. It's like, dude, then why'd you fucking take the job? And then there was another person they hired, but the name of Kenneth, who never took a test, because Kelly, who's my mom, and myself had to take a test about a week or so after we got hired, which was illegal because the owner said, yes, they're supposed to take a test, but it has to be 2 months or later after they were hired because it's 20 plus sandwiches, and that, it does take a lot, because there's, 17 sandwiches, 1 through 17, plus the BLT, which is 18, plus the gargantuan, which is 19, and then 6 slims, which is like 25 sandwiches, and then it's like a lot of sandwiches. You have to remember of like what goes on what, and that it was fucking annoying, and he was pretty upset, and the owner had asked Max, like, has everybody taken the test here? He said no. He was being discriminatory because when Trent was hired, he never took the test. They were saying, oh, we plan on making him take the test. No, you fucking weren't. You were just playing your fucking favorite game. When the in-shopper by the name is I'm not gonna say her name. I'm sorry, she never had to retake the test. Who is now at PIC, who is missing me now. Um, kind of funny as hired. He's been there for about a month or so now. He never had to take a test, and it's upsetting. I feel like all the drivers that have been there have never taken a test. Um, let me see who else. And this new kid they hired about 2 weeks ago, he only lasted maybe 3 or 4 days or so because not last week, but the week of Halloween, I met him like one day or whatever, and I never really worked with him or anything, so I couldn't judge his work ethic. And he looked at least 16, maybe 17, and it turned out he's 17, high school dropout. And I worked with him that day, the Friday, because I have Tuesday, Thursday classes, and I could tell he wasn't gonna last maybe another couple of days. He never showed up anytime last week. He didn't show up today, and so now Max has to remove him from the schedule in general. Ventus is on a 2-week suspension without pay and probably getting demoted and losing his job. Won't lose his fucking job. And it's so annoying there. It's so toxic. They're way overstaffed, and the owner was getting really upset at him because he had 2 people that could have been PIC, myself and my mother, and it was really honestly upsetting, and because I have management understanding, I've done management, it's not that hard, and it was really upsetting, and the only way they can get it changed is by firing pretty much all the drivers except for maybe a couple and getting them retrained and getting new ones, getting them trained. Firing at least 3 of their in-shoppers that I can think of, which is Angelica, Allison, and Sia, because they either show up late for their shifts or leave early. They do no call, no shows. They clock in late, and it's like they're really unreliable. And it's just annoying. And one of the delivery drivers, Theo, had told me after I left on Sunday, this is coming from him when he told the owner and Max, and my mother was there, and she witnessed it when she was dropping off my uniforms with my note, that Theo made a comment that after I had left that Angelica, she had an attitude, that was for sure, on November 3rd, that and then he had come back after doing a delivery and was like, she had called him a fat pig. And I'm like, dude, you don't say that to someone. She was calling him a fat pig and that he can't do a delivery right. And it's like, dude, you don't say that to someone's face. You could say it when they're not around, or say keep it in with yourself and stuff, because some people that could be very offensive. And he was really upset. And he was like, even though Chrissy and even though I don't like Chrissy and stuff, at least she was polite to me and nice to me and did her fucking job. And I honestly appreciate that on a lot of levels, because nobody was willing to do their jobs. And like, it's such a toxic place. And Angelica's giving me attitude because she's like, are you happy that Vintage isn't open anymore? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Because this is when I found out that I got my current job now. And I was like, dude, I told her straight up, I don't give a fuck. I could jump off a bridge and fucking haunt you. And she was like, like, oh my god. And she was having an attitude, and I was doing my fucking job. She's just leaning on the counter, on her phone, doing stupid shit. And it was like, oh my fucking lord, do some shit. And do something. Sweep. Take out the fucking trash or something. That's what I was thinking to myself. But she didn't fucking want to. And I was preparing for today. And it was so fucking annoying. And and she was like, you need to be nicer so everybody will like you, blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, I come here to get my hours, put in my hours or more, to pay for my fucking bills. That I had to pay my rent, my renter's insurance, Excel, everything. And with her, it's like, what the fuck? She doesn't do anything really she still lives with mommy and daddy, and that it was just so fucking annoying. It's like I don't want to be liked by everybody here. There's a lot of people I don't fucking like here, just because of their personalities, and it was so fucking annoying. And the actual guy that created Jimmy John's, he's still being hated for. That's why he's losing customers. And it's like this place loses fucking customers because of the amount of bullshit that happens there. And she was just being a lazy fucktard. Angelica, it pissed me off. And she's like, "You have stop giving me attitude or whatever." I'm like, "Dude, I'm 4 years older than you, bitch. I've been working since I was 9. I've been working 12 years of my life." And it's like, I have a better work ethic than her. I know how to make sure to do my job correctly. And she's like, "I know all the totals on the back of my hand." And I was like, "Bitch, I don't give a fuck that people want to spend their money they want the way they want to. I'm fine with that. It's bringing extra money in, like an extra 80 cents to $1, like." And it was fucking annoying. And she was giving attitude to me. I was about ready to backhand the shit out of her, but I couldn't without losing my job and without getting fired and assault charges. And then with the comment she made to Theo, I was fucking done. Like, I didn't know about the comment about Theo until today, November 4th, but still. I'm gonna be frank here. Do not eat at any Jimmy John, regardless if it's owned by Savory Sandwich franchisee or if it's a corporate owned by the actual guy that created Jimmy John's, because you will get fucked over. And make sure to subscribe to my channel. Have a good one.